Hello, we're on week 3 of the Grocery Guru. That is Andrew Grant. Hello.
Hi Darren, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So in our first week, we talked about UFCs, which were urban fulfillment centers. In our second week, you said to us that category management is dead. Very provocative, very emotive, which we had a nice debate about. And in week 3, I'm waiting with bated breath. What are we talking about?
Well, maybe slightly off topic, I'm not sure, but Christmas and what are you buying me, Darren?
Oh, well,
What's front of my mind?
I was thinking of a big pair of those monster slippers, you know?
Or with Garfield on the front.
All right, why is Christmas on your mind, apart from it's coming up?
No, just thinking, what is it today? The 27th, so it's the end of October.
Yeah.
We are, in 2 months' time, Christmas will be done.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking back, if we think back to sort of the 23rd of January, 2 months on from them, 23rd of March, when we got, Boris locked us all down. Did we really expect on the 23rd of Jan that what happened to us was going to happen? I mean, we knew something was going on in China. There was a city we never heard of called Wuhan, and some people were getting bad colds. Yes. Could you ever have expected 2 months later us to go into what we've now had for 6 months?
No, not a chance. Something to do with the bat as well was in the story, wasn't
it? Yeah. Some strange seafood market and doing strange things with bats, but yeah, whatever.
So, but no, for people out there talking about grocery, why are you thinking about it now?
What is the link? Well, I'm just thinking that, this is traditionally the time post-Halloween when the retailers go into, and I'm going to use the phrase actually, go into Christmas lockdown mode. 1st of November, it is all about the home run to Christmas. They start counting back to Christmas Day. So it's Christmas Day minus 56 days, 55 days, and then they all their plans. But this Christmas, we have no idea what might happen. And it was interesting, the COO of Tesco on Monday saying there won't be a problem, but we really do suggest you start shopping early. So I think quietly they are petrified that will they be able to supply Christmas? And I guess more importantly for them, what sort of Christmas will they supply? I mean, I can imagine the best sellers are going to be 2 meter long Christmas crackers. Socially distanced Christmas crackers. If you want to make some, get yourself into the 2 meter Christmas cracker market.
Only you. Interesting, I was talking to a client earlier today, and she said that a supermarket was talking to them about contingency. Would they go find a similar supplier like themselves that should they get COVID, could they then turn on a similar supplier? They were, chest was out, head was back. No, we're not doing that. But then the supermarket said, yeah, you got to.
Well, no, think about, and you've been there, think about fresh foods. So, grocery and non-foods, the stuff's been ordered for a long time. But you remember the days of making sure all the date codes hit the 25th of December.
Yeah,
and you can only order the cream 7 days ahead, I think. The pigs in blankets 4 days ahead. The turkeys 8 or 9 days ahead. And you're right. Only this week wasn't another couple of factories got shut down because this COVID runs rampant in a cold, wet factory environment.
Seems that way.
Absolutely. You're planning to have however many tens and hundreds of thousands of pigs in blankets produced, and the factory's suddenly shut down.
So let's say you're buying director as you once were for one of the big supermarkets. 8 weeks to go. What do you want from your suppliers? What are you asking for? What are you demanding? What are you thinking about?
Crystal ball, I think. Just the ultimate flexibility that, as I said when we started, that we don't know what it'll be like in 2 months' time. Will it be complete lockdown? Yeah. Will the rule of 6 become the rule of 1? I think we can be pretty sure there's not going to be big family gatherings. So all the big party food. Yeah. I imagine there won't be a lot of demand for those big platters of party food, particularly for New Year. That doesn't look like there'll be new celebrations. So you can almost bet the bank on that. but nobody's got any idea as to, you know, what restrictions we may face, and therefore what that's going to do for orders. Because in a traditional Christmas, as I said, you know, they all start counting down. The only big change at Christmas is when the Christmas day changes by a day, and that just changes the ordering pattern. But again, think of that fresh food shop where traditionally people descend on the supermarkets 2 or 3 days before Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And you can't get in the car parks, and it is pandemonium. Can't see that happening this year.
So when the COO said shop early, do you think the shape is going to be very different in the next 8 weeks? People are going to start shopping, what, early December more? Get stuff in? Panic shopping?
And we could be back to panic buying of Christmas puddings and Christmas crackers and stuff like that. It only takes, you know, one of our esteemed ragtop newspapers to put out a story saying that, you know, no more Christmas crackers, and you'll have stampedes.
One of the things we've used in the past when we're not sure of planning forecasting is PRO, pessimistic scenario, realistic scenario, optimistic scenario. And with those three scenarios, everything sort of falls between them. So you go, well, we think we need to produce 100,000 pessimistic pigs in blankets. Realistically, maybe it's 150,000, optimistically it's 200,000, and have those three scenarios ready. That's what I think a supermarket would expect the supplier to have.
I think all I can say is I'm glad I'm not part of it. It's going to be a very, very difficult Christmas. I guess the only thing you can say is, as we saw back in March, you know, UK supermarkets are preeminent at getting their supply chains right. So if you wanted to bet any industry or any industry in any country that will actually make it happen, it'll be the UK supermarkets.
Yeah, very true. Okay, and let's take you post-Christmas. What does the landscape look like then? What do you think we've learned? What should a supplier do? Lots of questions.
Well, no, unfortunately, the other great unknown, and it is now only 9 weeks out, Brexit.
Yes, of course.
You know, straight after the most disruptive Christmas ever, we still don't know whether you're then going to have the mother of all disruption with trying to bring food in from the EU. So that's, I think my only top tip, and we are out of time, my only top tip, if you are a supplier, or particularly a NAM, supplying one of the big supermarkets over Christmas, is don't book any time off. Because your phone and your email is going to be busy.
Yeah, it's going to be. So those buyers that maybe normally you couldn't hear from them during the lockdown of the next 8 weeks, maybe they are going to contact you, but it's about Brexit, not about Christmas.
Or about emergency production, or cutting production back, or trebling production, or now supplying Scotland when you used to supply Cornwall. Goodness knows.
Yeah, it could well be. So, all right, the two things I'm taking out of that is absolute flexibility. They probably knew that. That moves into PRO, pessimistic, realistic, optimistic scenarios, to have those planned out. Because if you're a planner at the moment, crumbs, you get that half right, they're going to pay you £1 million.
Yeah.
All right. And then we've got Brexit coming up in 9 weeks as well, which is going to change the landscape once again.
And what was it Barack Obama said? Plan for the worst, hope for the best.
Absolutely. Okay. Talking of which, well, we've got 4 days' time. We've got our cousins across the water doing their thing.
Well, that could add a little bit of spice on top of everything too, depending on which way it goes. So who knows?
A little bit of brandy in your Christmas pudding.
Absolutely. Right.
Andrew, Grocery Guru, thank you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.